Hi, this is Brooke Booth, life coach at brookeboothcoaching.com. I'm going to talk about this idea of feeling love versus blocking love because we do this all the time in our mixed faith marriages. So obviously I have a cat, but I also have a dog, not in the camera. And I have this dog, and he's cross-eyed and snaggletooth, and he often needs a haircut, and he's kind of a picky eater, and he barks at the UPS guy every single time. And guess what? I love my dog. In fact, I adore my dog. I describe him in this way. I describe that his cross-eyed snaggletooth is just his adorable purebred look. I love his soft fur and how he looks like a completely new dog every time he gets groomed. I love to buy him fancy food. And I love that he comes to the kitchen if someone even thinks about chicken. And I love to know that we'll always be protected from untoward UPS drivers. I use his traits, his looks, his personality to love him more, as excuses to love him more. I could use those exact same traits as reasons to be annoyed or repelled or frustrated. I love this dog because he's an excuse for me to feel love. And the emotion of love feels really, really, really good. So whenever I see him, I think all those loving thoughts, and I get to feel good, and I like to feel good. I purposely choose to feel loving thoughts about my dog because they feel good. So you might see where I'm going with this with your mixed faith marriage. So think about your spouse. Often before the mixed faith marriage, before the faith transition, it was easier to love them and not have a problem with the differences or the perceived differences. For some reason, when the faith transition entered, we give ourselves a lot of excuses to stop loving on our spouse, to stop focusing on all the reasons they're so great and wonderful. We get transfixed with all the changes and the shifts and all the differences and the perceived differences. We stop enjoying how good it feels to just love our spouses. It can feel pretty terrible to feel annoyed, betrayed, cheated, hurt, and irritated. Now, this is what I want you to consider. When you're stuck in those feelings of annoyed, betrayed, cheated, hurt, anger, all of that stuff, because now you're focusing on all the changes and the disconnect and all of the things that have come up with the mixed faith marriage, you feel those emotions. You feel them. They are the experience, the reality you are having in your body, not your spouse. So I teach my clients to do what I do with my dog, to make lists of what you like about your spouse on purpose. Focus on those things. I don't let the occasional pee accident destroy my excuse to feel love for my dog. And I want you to do the same thing for your husband or your wife. Now, I can hear you. You're saying, Brooke, a dog peeing on the floor is not the same as what we're dealing with here in this because of this faith transition, because of this mixed faith marriage. You're right, it's not. However, you are blocking love because your spouse did or didn't do something, and that is only hurting you, and it's only stopping you from feeling great. Choosing to let your spouse be an excuse to feel love is always available to you, always. Or on the other side, choosing to let your spouse be an excuse to not feel love is likewise available to you. Now, you can focus on the problems because guess what? Everybody has them, but that will not help you feel better. And now, I'm not saying have no boundaries, but what I am saying is withholding love only hurts you. So think about it. Make lists of what's great about them. Practice the lists. Make lists of all of the reasons why they are so lovable. Now, I want to just make a note here. Like, focusing on what is great about your spouse is not the same as ignoring abuse. If abuse is happening, ignoring it is not helpful. This advice is meant for relationships that are absent of abuse. If you're absent of abuse, it can be very, very helpful to ignore the things that you don't like as much. So think about this. If you are oftentimes blocking love, you're using the faith transition and all the differences as an excuse to not feel love and to focus on all the things that are problems in your marriage, I'm going to recommend that you start a list and write at the top your spouse's name, and you write, positive aspects, and you just start refocusing your attention on all the reasons why they are so lovable. It's a really great, really simple exercise to try. Okay, I'm going to encourage you, if you found this helpful, get more help. There's so much good stuff available out there. Go to my website, brookeboothcoaching.com, and join my upcoming coaching group. We're going to meet for 12 weeks starting in February of 2022, and we're going to talk about all the stuff you need to learn in order to really have a great mixed faith marriage. How to choose love instead of block love, and tons of other things. Go to my website and click on the button that says schedule a free call. Get on the phone with me and let's see if you're a good fit for it. All right, wishing you the very best.